Hi guys, welcome to Educating Shanny, where every Tuesday I answer your questions. I'm Shanny and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi Shanny, hi! I know it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. That's because this week I'm doing a two-part Ask Shanny video. If you missed part one, which was yesterday, I will put the link in the description below, and today is part two, and let's get right into your questions so I can squeeze a whole bunch of them in. Are you ready? Okay, let's go! That was really pretty. Liza Bell, you are such a wonderful person, thank you. On the weekend I did something terrible. I was getting home from a birthday party and I have to say I was drunk, but there were these young adults making all those noises and some girls screamed that they were getting raped all the time, but just for fun. I was getting so angry at them, so I screamed at them and said bad things. I am so ashamed of myself and I feel so terrible, like I never want to go out again. I really want to be a nice person and I actually think I am, but on that night I was so angry and drunk. I feel so bad. What should I do? I feel like a very bad person. Oh, good heavens, my dear. I don't get angry often, but if somebody was like screaming out, I'm getting raped when they weren't getting raped, you best believe I would be angry. I would call the police is what I would do, honestly. Now, if you're talking about a situation where they weren't doing anything wrong and you were pissed because you were drunk and tired or whatever, and you were yelling at them, that's another thing. But if they're screaming about being raped, seriously, like, I think you actually did the right thing there. I'm not kidding. Like, it's circumstantial, I guess, and in this circumstance, you did the right thing. If you're yelling at people all the time and being mean all the time for no reason, that's different. And if that's the case, then just try and remember that everybody in the world has problems and everybody in the world is not perfect and everybody in the world is going to piss you off at one time or another, and you just have to remember that we're all human beings trying to get through this life as best we can, and sometimes that's really hard and it takes a lot of patience with some people. So stay patient, stay good. You sound like a good person. You are a good person if you yelled at them about the rape thing, so I wouldn't feel bad about that at all. Like, you did nothing wrong that night, so don't worry about that at all, seriously. Okay, Amy Winehouse fan, can bulimia be an actual cause for death? Okay, when you hear about eating disorder related deaths, it's usually anorexia, because anorexics tend to have more severe heart problems than bulimics do. However, bulimics die all the time as well. I would say, like, I don't know, I shouldn't say factual wise, but from what I've gathered and what my whole life of reading about it and here and there, blah, 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 I've gathered that the majority is usually anorexic, but bulimics also pass away. Like, I remember even a couple, maybe 3 or 4 years ago here in Utah, I remember one night I was like arguing with Danny and telling him that no bulimics ever die. It's only anorexics that die. Bulimics will never die, so I'm fine, blah, 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 blah. And then that night on the news, it just so happened that a lady down my street, I didn't know her, but someone like right there in my neighborhood died of bulimia, and she was a year younger than I was. And I don't know, I think it was supposed to happen that way for me to like wake up and realize, yeah, it does kill you. And so then I started looking into that more and found out that bulimics die just as often as anorexics do. Sometimes it takes longer, or it depends on your health already. But where my health is, and I've been to several doctors and I've studied this and I know what my body can handle and what it can't, my body is at risk for death. Like, if I were to get in a car, I've talked about this before, if I were to get into a car accident or do anything that would put impact on my body, my organs would very likely not survive it, because I've been bulimic since forever, like 18 years almost. And before that I had eating disorders as well. So my organs are just not healthy. So it kind of just depends, I guess, on your situation. But what I will say for sure, is that absolutely every eating disorder can absolutely lead to death. What should I sing, you guys? I don't know what to sing. I'm trying to think of a song. I'll just make one up right now. Let's sing about poop, because a lot of you like when I do that. You're welcome, Paul, if you're watching. Let's see if you really watch my videos. This is the test. Do you really watch them? I love you, Shanny. I love you too. That's from Sheridan Erotsky. She's awesome. Thank you for leaving so many comments. Let's sing about my poop some more because things have changed in the past few days, and so let's sing about it, shall we? So the other day, I was really constipated, but then I took a lot of fiber and I ate some broccoli. And then I pooped 3 days later, and it felt really good, and I didn't feel bloated, and all I could do was thank heaven above that I pooped. It's a really good song. It's really touching. Aww. This isn't a question, but Marjolaine, you've got such a beautiful soul. You should get children when you're better. You'll be a perfect mother. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Nope. That's not appropriate. You guys, seriously, I talked about this yesterday, but again, please stop asking me about tips on how to get skinny and how to lose weight, or how to have an eating disorder, or how to make the eating disorder work better, or all of that crap. Like, stop asking me. Don't ask me how to get a thigh gap. Do not ask me any of those questions, because that's not what I'm about. And if you ask me those questions, I will have to block you. So, okay, Hannah D. Gray 54. Hey, what's your advice about explaining your eating disorder to the people you care about most? Thanks, lots of love to you as well. I made a couple of videos of how to tell your parents you have an eating disorder, and in those videos, there are a lot of good tools in there that you could also use to tell anybody, not just your parents, but other people as well. So please go check that out. I would just suggest, though, ahead of time, before you talk to anybody about your eating disorder, to just kind of really take a minute and realize that the people that you're talking to are not in your mind. They are not in a sick, eating disordered mind. I mean, unless they are, but if you're talking about somebody, telling somebody that you care about that doesn't have an eating disorder, then just remember that their brains function differently than ours do, and they work differently, and they think differently than ours do. We have sick brains, you need to remember that, and so be really patient with them. Realize that they don't understand sometimes the way that we think, and they shouldn't understand, because if they did, then I would feel bad for them, because that would mean that they would probably have an eating disorder themselves if they thought the way that we could. So try and be patient, and then also try and kind of prime them before you tell them, and be like, listen, this is a disease that I need to talk to you, you know, and I tell them what it is, and then say, just let me get this out, let me tell you what I'm going through, and let me also say that this is a disease, this is not me, this is my disease, and it's something I'm trying to fight. And obviously, if I'm telling you, that means that I want to get better, because I'm telling somebody that I care about. So just things like that. Just be really gentle and patient, and yeah. Okay. Jennifer S. Question. Hi, Shanny. Hi. I too have fibromyalgia as well as chronic hip and knee pain. That sucks. Ugh. That significantly impacts my ability to exercise, which is very challenging as I love exercise. I'm wondering if your inability to be physically active is a trigger for your eating disorder. For me, when I am limited physically, I tend to stay on a very strict meal plan, including restriction of certain foods, because I'm terrified of gaining weight due to being sedentary. Does that mean not moving? I'm so smart. I think it does. Is this the case for you too? I really hope you see this question. I saw it. Okay, absolutely. Oh my gosh, this is, you guys, when you are so physically ill and you have an eating disorder and you're too physically ill to exercise, that is one of the biggest triggers in the world. Because just like you're saying, I agree 100%. If I feel like I can't exercise, because I'm at the point now that I can't, you guys know I'll pass out if I stand up for longer than 10 minutes. And if I do anything that's overly like exerting my body, I usually do black out a little bit or pass out. Like, it's really scary. And so, yeah, that thought goes through my mind every single day. Like, okay, well, maybe maybe I'll try and keep another meal down, but then if I do, I can't exercise to get rid of it, so maybe I just shouldn't even eat. Like, absolutely, it triggers me, and it's frustrating and difficult, and the medications that they put you on too for all kinds of different health problems. I seriously have like 12, 13 different health problems, not kidding, and I'm on like 9 different medications, and some of those medications also make you gain weight. And so it's really difficult when you have physical health problems that make it so you can't exercise, and also that you have to take these medications to help your physical problems that make you lose weight, and then combine that with having an eating disorder. It is like the perfect storm of a horrific life. So I absolutely feel the same, and I am so sorry that you are going through that. It's just not fair, you guys. Why do we have to go through these things? But we do, and it will make us stronger as soon as we get through it. And we will get through it, you guys. I'm here with you. I'm never leaving. Okay. I love that that's not a question, but Kelsey Desmond, I'm feeling really down and it's 4 a.m. So glad to see you posted something. I get things like that all the time, like people that live either across the world or people that live where I live and they're up at the same time that I am, which is the middle of the night because I'm a night owl, are always thanking me like, thank you for giving me something to watch. I'm having a horrible night and you cheered me up, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys, those comments, I don't care how many times you tell me, every single time they make me smile and they make me feel like I should keep going and that I'm worth it. So thank you. Okay. Amber. Oh, that's an interesting way to spell Amber. A-M-B-Y-R. I've never seen that. That's adorable. Amber Cherry says, Shanny, please answer this next week. Okay. Recently, I've relapsed back into my anorexia and bulimia. I'm starving myself almost every day, and when I eat, I throw it all up. I don't really want to recover from it, but I feel guilty not telling my boyfriend. I want to tell him because I tell him everything, but I know he'll just try to make me stop. I just want to tell him and have him be there for me without pushing me to get better until I'm ready. If I tell him that, I'm afraid he'd get upset with himself. I want to tell him I've been relapsing and know that he is there and know that he is there for me when needed. But I'm not sure if I should. Should I tell him? If so, how? Should I explain this to him? Absolutely, you should tell him. I don't care if it's your boyfriend or your family, whoever spends the most time with you, you need to let them know that you have an eating disorder, because I've said this so many times, eating disorders thrive off of secrecy and loneliness. You need to reach out for help, and oh yeah, because the more people that know, the more pressure, but in a good way, you're gonna feel to try and get better. And that's a good thing. I know that you don't want to be pressured and you don't want to be pushed, but if this man loves you as much as you think he probably does love you. And if he loves you, he's going to be there for you and not push you. Because, and if you want, you can show him. I made a video a long time ago on, I think it was called pushing versus encouraging or something like that. Like, there's a big difference between people pushing you to get better and people encouraging you to get better. When people push me, it turns me off to it. It makes me want to do my eating disorder more. But when people encourage me and uplift me and tell me that they believe that I can do it, or they know that I can do it, they know that I can get better, that's what helps me get better. So there's a big difference, and you can show them that video if you want. You can also show them the videos that I made about how to tell your parents, because again, that would be helpful to tell anybody that you love. But bottom line, girl, you need to tell that man what is going on in your life, because eating disorders destroy your life, and you don't want to destroy it any more than it already is. You need to start getting help as soon as you're brave enough to do so. And it sounds like you are if you're reaching out to me and asking me that. So yes, tell him. Let me know how it goes. Oh, that's a good one. Let's end on this question. And then I have the Jojo Chart. Don't go away. Don't leave. Just because I say I'm done with the questions doesn't mean my video is over. So stop leaving before it's over. Because sometimes the ending is not sometimes. The ending is always the best part, and you need to hear it over and over and over until you believe it. So stop leaving before you get to the ending. Please. Okay, Rebecca Jackson says, does this YouTube channel ever overwhelm you? Not just the negative comments, but the responsibility of it. How do you deal with it? Love and cherish you. Thank you, that's sweet. I love and cherish you too. Well, it absolutely does, but it's usually in a good way. Like for me, it's like, it's taken me a while it's been a while, I mean, since I've been able to find any energy at all. And because of that, the thing that overwhelms me about my YouTube channel isn't the YouTube channel itself. Like, I love doing this. I'm really passionate about it. I never want to stop. I really love doing it. But what overwhelms me is the side effects of having a YouTube channel, which is I usually have to put every ounce of energy that I have into my YouTube channel. Like, here's how it goes for me. Getting myself better, I guess, or finding God or finding my faith or whatever it is to get me better is number one. And it took me a while to let that be at the top of the list, but now it is. So that's number one, and Danny is number two, and my YouTube channel is number three, because my YouTube channel helps me get better, and it's just another tool to help me get better. So besides those three things, I put all of my energy into those three things, and often a lot of other people suffer from that. A lot of other people in my life, my good friend Jojo in England, I have been MIA from her presence for a couple weeks now, just because there's been so much going on and I don't have the energy to do it all. And that's where it gets hard for me. That's where it gets like, I start feeling terrible because I feel like I'm gonna cry again. I keep feeling like I'm gonna cry, but then I won't allow it to come out, and I really wish I would, because I think I'd feel better if I did, but I don't. But mostly it's the people that I end up upsetting. I'm always having to cancel or to say no if I'm asked to babysit or do the simplest little job, like all because every ounce of my energy goes into my husband and getting me better, which is this channel as well. So that's the part that's hard about it, is my relationships with other people and the time and the closeness that I've lost with them. Besides that, I really do love this, you guys. I am super passionate about it, and it's helping me. And it's the first thing in my whole life that's ever started to help me, and that's ever started changing my thinking and actually getting me mentally better. That's never happened before, and it's happening because of this channel. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So, okay, so that's all the time for the questions today, but don't leave yet, because we're going to do the Jojo Jar. So for those of you that don't know, this is the Jojo Jar. This is a jar that my best friend Jojo from England, that I just talked to you about, sent me this jar a little while back, and it's full of quotes and uplifting things and like, yeah. So I'm going to read one, and at the end of all my videos now. I was supposed to do that, and I stopped doing it, so I started again yesterday. So all right, so the Jojo quote of the day is, though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. That's really good. Oh, I really like that one a lot, you guys, and that's so true. And this kind of goes with everything that we've been talking about today. Like, don't think about like having a new start. Think about having a new ending and what it's going to take you to get to that new ending. That is so awesome. I love the way that's put, because for me, it's like, that's what's in my mind. Like, I'm trying to think of a new ending now for me rather than a new start, because for me, getting myself mentally better, I used to mentally, honestly, honest to goodness, believe 100% that I would die by the time I was 30, or then when I turned 30, I was like, oh, maybe it's 40 that I'll die. Like, that was how my mindset always was. I always told myself, I'm either going to die from my eating disorder or my other health problems, or I'm going to commit suicide. Like, it's just going to happen, you know? Like, that's how I saw my life ending. And now, the harder I work on myself and the harder I realize what it is that I truly, truly want, what my spirit wants, is I want to be a mother. I want to grow old. I want to grow old with my husband and have a fulfilled life and raise some children, and maybe even I might be too old, but maybe someday meet one of my grandchildren before I die, who knows. Getting a late start in life with that, but it's starting to come back that I'm really wanting that again. So what about you guys? What would you say is your, hi, in or out? Are you coming in? Just come say hi, it's the end. I'm ending it right now. Do you like my desk?
Yeah, it's cute.
That's my desk.
Oh.
Look in the screen.
What's wrong with that desk?
There are children everywhere out there.
Oh, and that looks good. What do you guys think? Desk cool? It's very Hawaiian.
I told them yesterday if they don't like it, that's fine. I do.
Too dang bad, huh?
It makes me happy. So, hey. Okay, so that's all of the time for today, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up.
Give all of them a thumbs up.
Leave me any questions you have for next week's Ask Shanny, and I will see you tomorrow, which is Thursday, for a random, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but yeah, I hope you enjoy whatever it is. So I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching. You are beautiful. You are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye. That was pretty.
I just wanted to play.